Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to wait a few minutes and see if we have other people joining us. This is Texas Casting Film TV, and we are, as everyone knows, a closed members group, and we are nationwide now. So it is very exciting. I'm very, very happy to have started this group, and so glad that people are joining us today. Hey, everyone. I miss my Texas friends. I will be back. No worries. So today, this is Texas Casting's very first Facebook Live event. It's the first of many, and I have been receiving a lot of emails from our members, and I'm so happy and so excited to let everyone know. What are we saying here? Hey, Daryl. Hey, everyone. It's so great to see everyone. So I've been contacted by quite a few of our members, and I'm so proud and so happy to say that our group has gone nationwide. We are literally from LA to New York City. In the past 6 months, we've had members book, Disney booked on our Facebook page. I get a little emotional because it's so exciting. Disney, Popeyes, a national furniture store, and thank you guys for sending me those emails and letting me know that this is happening. So with that being said, I've decided to start hosting these live Facebook learning sessions, and I encourage your input. Is that Natalie? Hey. So today is about submitting for roles. I recently was contacted by a casting director, and we have quite a few on our page. So folks, you never know who is casting. Most of the time, I'm not casting for these roles. Little did one of our members know that Disney was behind the casting call. So when you submit, always treat it like it is that, as Jason Bateman said, one roll away from your Oscar. So today, I'm going to concentrate on top 10 do's and don'ts for submitting for a casting call. The first, number one, always submit exactly as the casting call states. If it says name, address, telephone number, and one headshot, do exactly that. Don't elaborate. Don't put personal comments. Attach your picture. If it doesn't specify in the subject line sometimes casting calls will say in the subject line, put so-and-so, so-and-so. Well, if it doesn't happen to specify, go ahead and put the role you're submitting for and put your name. But please, I recently cast for a short film, and folks, I was really surprised at the submissions I received. So again, treat this like this is a test for your Oscar role. Submit exactly, that's number one, submit exactly as the casting call is requesting. The second thing is, and I think most of you should know this by now, that submit timely. If it's Monday and it says submit by 6, submit by 5. So as we all know as actors, if you submit, being on time is late. So early is better. Always, always, always submit timely. Do not submit the day after, 2 hours later. I've even had problems submitting on Casting Network, trying to upload a video, and one thing happens or another. I'm out somewhere where I don't have good service and I'm late, so I just don't submit. It's better to not submit than to submit late and make excuses for it. Certainly. The other thing that I would encourage people not to do, and I've talked about this with some friends and with some casting directors, and don't send the casting director an email and say, when are you making your decision? They're typically, for one role, depending on what that could be for, it could be 75 people submitting for the role. So imagine 75 people sending a message to that casting director saying, when are you going to reply to my submission? Hey, did you get my submission? Folks, this is acting. It's just part of it. It is what it is. Most of the time, people do not respond to your submissions, and I know it's unfortunate, and I try to, but again, it's just not always possible. So let's see who we have here. Hey Reddick, hey Joanne, hey Gwendolyn. So you guys are welcome, and I encourage your input afterwards. If you have a difference of opinion, again, I've reached out to a lot of sources, and as you guys know, I've worked with Price Hall, my acting coach, for a long time, and I reached out to him, and he's given me great advice, and just in general, casting for the projects that I've worked on. This is why I'm doing this. I want our members to stand above everyone else, stand out. Oh my gosh, look at these folks. So okay, so we're not going to follow up. We're not going to send that casting director an email. That was number 3. Number 4, and I've made this mistake and been horrified. Always review your email before you send it out. The last thing you want to do is have words misspelled or have your submission incomplete, and then you're in a panic mode thinking, oh my God, do I resubmit? What do I do? I've been there. So what I always do is I have a little checklist, and that's one of them. I always review my email before I submit it. Always. Number 5, if you are self-submitting, they ask for a self-taped video. You've received your sides, you're familiar. If this is a featured role, if this is a major project, and again, sometimes you just don't know, and again, I've said treat every submission like it is that role. But if you happen to know that it is for a huge role, contact your acting coach. Or at the very least, contact someone that has been in the acting business for a while, and they are familiar with self-tapes. I reviewed someone's the other day, and it was for a featured role, and the acting was remarkable. The audition itself was really fantastic, but what happened was they didn't go to a professional, or they weren't in an environment with another professional, and the reader literally got up before the last line was read and walked right in front of the person. I know, and they didn't have time to retape. So again, if it's for a big role, reach out to your acting coach, and if you don't have one, better find one. Number 6, be off book. I hope everyone knows what that means. Be off book. When you audition, when you submit for a role, you've received your sides, which is the script, which